Hello and welcome to the time of year where all the World Tour teams release their shiny new bikes. And today I'm joined by Matt.
Hello.
And we're going to go through them and we're going to rate them. We're going to see which one our favourite bike of 2025 is. I think that this might be interesting because when we go to the Dauphiné, we don't often agree on which bike is our favourite.
Not necessarily, so no.
Today we're going to rank them on their paint jobs. Obviously, because that is an important bit of bike.
The main thing.
We're also going to rank them on their componentry and the frame because we've ridden quite a lot of these bikes between us, and we know what we like. So, well, I guess we'd better start cracking.
Sorry.
First up, we have Trek, who haven't done a lot to their bike since last year. Here it is, running SRAM Red, new SRAM Red, because you can tell because it's got the little levers on the front, and the brakes on that group set are really good actually. Other than that, very little change, and that one is going up against Lotto's bike, which is this Orbea. I really do like this paint job.
Yes, I agree with you on that. The paint job doesn't do it for me, I've got to say. It looks a bit...
designed by a 4-year-old with a crayon.
Does look a bit primary colours, Fisher-Price-esque almost.
I don't like the Aero water bottles. I really hope that's something we don't go down.
I can let them go either way.
So I think we're going with the Orbea.
For me, it's the Orbea all the way. It looks kind of classy and good, yes.
Right, moving on, we have Group Armour FDJ, who have quite a big change this year because they have Miche wheels there. Miche?
Well, I think they say Mika.
And of course, they're the only team on Wilier now because Astana have moved.
Yes, they have.
We'll have a look at their bike in a minute.
Yes. I think that it's fine. It's fine, yeah.
However, we're putting this one up against...
Yeah, what's the up against?
EF.
Yeah.
Which, they know their kit is just always top bins.
Yeah, I think that Wilier has had some of the best looking bikes in the World Tour over the last couple of years.
Dauphiné last year, I remember you ogling that Wilier Flante from Astana.
Yes.
I was seriously worried you were going to steal one of them.
Well, given half a chance, maybe I would have. I just think it's a bit uninspired personally. But yes, for me it's the Cannondale,
we'll give that one to EF.
The EF without a doubt, yes.
So next we have the two Canyon Aeroads. So we've got Movistar versus Alpecin. So we've got Alpecin here. They are riding Pirelli tyres this year. That's the change for them. Van der Poel will obviously be on a white one or a red one or a orange
something
one.
special.
So he won't be riding this colour, that's for sure.
It's a good looking bike.
It is. I like that. I would personally rather have the Alpecin one because I'm not a fan of zip wheels.
I wouldn't.
Or not those ones anyway.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to choose between them, is there? No. You know, they're the same bike essentially. So if we're talking about componentry, I've got no strong feelings either way. I do like zip wheels, and but I prefer the paint job. As we're sticking with trivialities, I prefer the paint job of the other.
We'll give that one to Alpecin then, and then we'll jump straight in and put it up against Astana's new bike. The most, how would you word that? The most controversial bike of 2025. It's garnered some attention.
Yeah, absolutely.
X-Lab is obviously new to the World Tour.
Yes.
Chinese brand.
Yes.
XDS Carbon Tech.
Yes.
I mean, it looks like a Canyon Aeroad, is what it looks like.
It's a brand that we're not all necessarily massively familiar with.
No.
And that is going to get noticed.
Well, interestingly, we were having this chat earlier, we don't know if we are going to get any more familiar with this brand. We'd love to ride one, but are they going to bring it to the UK? Yeah,
I mean, familiar in the sense that we'll see it in the World Tour, but I mean, whether they're going to make... big headway into the European markets. I don't know what their plans are.
If you could own one though, it's got to be the Canyon, the Aeroad surely.
Yeah, I'd tip that way.
I'd like to ride this one.
But definitely.
I'd own the Canyon.
Absolutely.
This is unproven at the moment.
Sorry, X-Lab.
Let us know if you agree or disagree with us down in the comments below. And whilst you're there, subscribe to the channel because 83% of you aren't. And Matt gets upset about this on a daily basis.
Don't like that.
Right, next up we have Intermarché versus Cofidis. Intermarché on the cube, they've gone red this year, although Billy and Gamai might get a green one again, maybe. I think these are seriously underrated bikes. Cube are absolutely killing it when it comes to value for money at the moment. If it was my own money, I think I would probably buy a Cube at the moment.
Really?
Out of the World Tour Peloton.
Oh, wow.
Because they're £5 cheaper than a lot of the other bikes.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And Aaron's currently riding one. His full review will be on the site shortly. First impressions, he's very impressed, so stay tuned for that one. It's going up against this, Cofidis. But Campagnolo, back in the World Tour Peloton.
It's nice that Campag is back. I like the fact that it looks like a look.
Yeah.
And it also looks distinctive versus everything else, which is predominantly dark coloured. It's this bike all the way for me in these two. Those
wheels are very pretty. The paint job is not on perfect.
It's classy, isn't it?
And yeah, that is classy. And white bar tape.
Yeah. So therefore much lighter as well.
Exactly. Let's put that one up against Alpecin's Canyon. That is a tricky one.
It is, yeah. That's it.
The look has got so much more sort of heritage and looks, but I think at some point performance does have to come into it. And that Campagnolo group set, I just don't think is as good as Dura-Race.
It's getting tricky now, isn't it? It was all right to start with. Now it's getting really tricky to separate. I mean, they're all great bikes, so now you've got to think of stupid things to separate them.
I've ridden that Aeroad CFR and it was my favourite bike of 2024. In fact, I still haven't given it back because I'm enjoying riding it.
You sure you want to admit to this?
No. Yeah. Sorry, Canyon.
It'll be coming back, don't worry. Yeah, it's a tight call, this one. I think I'd edge towards the Canyon.
Right, Aeroad wins that. Okay, so a few more on this side of the pile before we go to the other side. We've got Ineos versus Lotto's Orbea. So we've seen Lotto's Orbea. This is Ineos's Pinnarello Dogma F. It's obviously the latest generation that released just before the Tour de France last year. It rides very well. We gave it a
many points.
8 out of 10.
Many.
Anyway, it was very good. Full Dura-Race throughout. Don't know what else there is to say other than that. I mean, it's very orange.
It is. It's pretty distinctive, and it looks a business, in my opinion.
I really do rate it, actually, and I do like that paint job. I would never own one that said any team name on it.
It's not going to swing it either way for me, that particular point, but I just think it's a classy looking bike.
Cool. So we're having that one over the Orbea.
Yeah, just
Would
about.
you have that over EF's Lab 71 Cannondale Supersix?
No.
So one final question on this side of the battle. This bike, the EF one, versus the Alpecin, versus the Aeroad CFR.
I think in terms of distinctiveness, it's the EF bike for me.
I think I agree. Cool, right. So we've got the EF winning this side of the draw. Let's see what's on the other side of the draw. See what it's going up against in the grand finale. Kicking us off, we have Arkea Samsic. I don't care what this is going up against, it's not winning.
Look, for me, if you're going to be on a Bianchi,
it's got to be Celeste.
Make it a Bianchi.
Yeah.
In terms of branding, and make it Celeste.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I think it's out of proportion, and the bars did snap quite a few times a few years ago.
It's a hard bike to love, isn't it?
I'm not loving that. So basically, Israel with their Factor Ostro VAM have won before we've even shown it. I currently have one of these to ride, so review of that one coming soon.
What's going on with you at the moment?
Mine's a lot more colourful than this though. So would you have this factor over this Specialized Tarmac SL8? I'm going this way.
You're going with this
Tarmac SL8 all the way.
Yeah.
Like Red Bull logos. Oh, that's just cool. And the Roval wheels are still some of the best in the Peloton.
Yeah, they've not worked hard with the paint scheme.
It's a bit of, no.
It's a fine line, isn't it, between going classy
Yes.
and being lazy.
Simple. Yeah. So that will be going up against either the Quick Step Tarmac SL8 or DSM's Lapierre. So this is the Quick Step, which I think is really pretty.
Again, nice looking bike.
I love the white forks.
Yes,
white rear stays.
Absolutely.
I think that's really nice. And that's going up against, I say newcomer, Lapierre have obviously been in the World Tour before, but DSM, Picnic, whatever they are, have got rid of Scott.
Lapierre, I like it and I like the brand, but to me, it's not got that X factor in this particular finish.
No, I don't think it does. And I'm still not convinced by these seat stays.
No, it's good to be different, but sometimes you just think...
Sometimes it's just different for the sake of it.
Different to be different, yeah, exactly.
So, moving on, UAE versus Bahrain, the oil giants. UAE, obviously, it's probably going to be riding so fast that we're not going to see much of it. New Y1 RS.
Yeah.
This one could be controversial because... Well, it looks like that.
Well, some people don't like the seat tube design. They just don't see it from an aesthetic point of view. I didn't think it looked horrendous personally, but the fact that this is more, the dark rear end of the bike sort of blends into the rear wheel tyre, so it's less obvious that it looks really
This one
different
also might be the most expensive bike in the World Tour Peloton. I haven't done the maths, but Colnago Y1 RS, you can't even buy that for any amount of money at the moment. It's still, you can send them an email and ask to be put on a waiting list, basically.
This has the look of a bike that is going to win stuff, and they know it's going to win stuff. So therefore, we're not going to make it bright orange because people are going to look at this bike anyway.
Are you saying that Ineos aren't going to win?
Oh, come on! Don't start that. Thank you.
Are you saying they've made the bike orange?
I was not. You mentioned Ineos. I didn't mention Ineos.
That's going up against, moving swiftly on, against the Bahrain Merida. Wait, it's Bahrain Victorious.
Yes.
Sorry, they're on a Merida. This one's the Reacto.
They're good looking bikes. I really rate Merida as a brand. They have some awesome bikes.
And good value as well.
Across the whole range as well, not just the top end Sculptura and Reacto, but right the way down the entry level of those.
You had that 500 quid flat bar thing, didn't you?
I did. 500 quid. Well, yeah. First of all, people couldn't get me on it. Then people couldn't get me off it. So it won me round. I was anyway. It's a tough draw for the Merida. So
Sorry, Merida.
I'm with you. I'm on the Colnago.
Okay, so UAE wins that one. It's going up against their arch rivals, Visma Lisa bike. They're obviously on Cervelo for another year. This one is the S5. It's been out quite a lot of years now. I still think it's a bit of a design classic. That sort of Vrooman, whatever you call that, seat tube.
Cutaway around the leading edge of the rear wheel.
That is a bike that means business. Apparently, still haven't managed to actually ride one. Apparently, they're really stiff.
Okay.
To the point that they're impressive in a sprint, but quite uncomfortable. Can't validate that.
Yeah, I was going to say let's until we've had the evidence ourselves, let's just hold fire on that one.
Can't say that the Y1 RS is comfortable either because we haven't.
No,
that,
we have not.
I would go for the S5. I think, even though it's probably due an update.
To me, I don't have the qualms. I don't have the trouble with the Y1 RS that a lot of other people do. Personally, I'd be going in that direction, but I could see it going either way. This one.
You prefer Pog to Wout van Aert?
I would, let's not get drawn into personalities, but yeah.
Right, we'll leave that one hanging in the balance and see who it's going up against. It's going to be up against either Jayco or AG2R. So, AG2R first, they're on Van Rysel. They've got, this one's the RCR, they've also got the FCR, that new Aero one that no one's meant to know about, apart from everyone knows about it.
Like Van Rysel over the last year has been kicking ass. It's
really hard.
The bikes are great. They've been here, there and everywhere. Everyone's interested.
I went to their factory and yeah, seriously, like they have the resources and the know-how to keep churning out some really good bikes. And
I quite like that colour scheme.
I do.
To get down to the nitty-gritty, which I know is the most important thing here, is I think it looks good.
But this Giant Propel from Jayco Alula. Jayco Alula have seemingly over Christmas become the coolest team out there. Like they've now got a map kit, which I think is pretty stunning. And this bike with Cadex wheels,
it's a tough matchup, this one.
I never thought I'd hear myself voting for a Giant Propel.
Well, have you ridden Propels much?
Yeah, they ride.
Yeah, they kick ass.
Yeah,
they really do.
So that one's getting my vote.
It's getting my vote too. I like that paint job.
So this Propel, would you have it over your Y1 RS? Would I have it over that Cervelo S5? I would. I would have this Propel over the Cervelo S5. Would you have it over the Colnago Y1 RS?
Oh, that's a tricky one, isn't it? I don't know. I do have a soft spot. Last few Giants I've ridden have all been TCR and Propels have both been amazing. I think on the whole, I'd probably go down this route. Probably.
Yeah, I think it's winning. So we've got 2 more jobs to do before our grand finale. We've got Quick Step versus Red Bull, Battle of the SL8s. Red Bull bore a handscrewer with SRAM. I think that's the only defining feature of it over the Quick Step one, which has Dura-Race and a different paint job. They've obviously got the same wheels. They got the same Roval cockpits.
It's Quick Step for me.
Quick Step, congratulations.
Yeah, for me, without a doubt.
So going through from this side to the grand finale, is it going to be this or the Jayco Alula Giant Propel? I'd have the SL8.
I'm going to need to ride each bike for a good 6 months before I'm making my decision. Because obviously the gravity of this is just.
All right, so if Quick Step does go through, we're then into the grand finale. Quick Step versus EF. What is your favourite race bike in the World Tour of 2025?
Oh, you're going to say Quick Step, aren't you?
I am. Yeah, I'm fickle and easy to read. I'm like an open book.
Can I disagree with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
In that case, I'm going to.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not just to be controversial, I think that's a bike that's going to garner them tons of attention. Well, obviously they're both best of the best bikes, but I don't know. I like what Cannondale do, and I like the look of that machine as well. So.
Well, if you want to see our comparison in a lot more depth of a Specialized Tarmac SL8 versus a Lab 71 Cannondale Supersix, then click the link up there. It wasn't you riding the Cannondale though, it was Aaron, who owns one. So
yeah. Rather than talking about paint jobs, we might actually care about the ride in those in our reviews rather than just.
Let us know in the comment section below which one you would choose out of any of these bikes, or would you go for something completely different? Maybe
a Wilier with a last year's paint job.
Or the BMC. I really like the BMC Team Machine Art.
Oh, now you're talking. I'm going to need to sit down and have a 2-hour think about this one now.
So basically, none of the World Tour bikes are the best in the world. And on that note, if you enjoyed this content, then please give it a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you next time after we've finished arguing.
Might be some time.